Hi, welcome back to American Sunrise. I'm Dr. G. Thanks for joining us today. It's time now for today's health news, sponsored by the Wellness Company. Under the microscope today, ways to overcome potential loneliness if you are a caregiver. A new study in the Journal of Medical Internet Research finds that the internet may be a critical emotional lifeline at times for older Americans caring for sick family members. About 12% of older caregivers struggle with loneliness, and people caring for those with dementia are 62% more likely to experience severe loneliness compared to other caregivers. Now, this study goes on to say that those caregivers who use the internet often through video chats, support groups, social connections, felt significantly less isolated. Researchers say digital connections can help ease the burden of caregiving, offering support and community when getting out of the house can be difficult. Yeah, I think this is a much bigger issue than we often talk about, but I am glad those connections are there. But I think getting out with real people, this is what church is really good for, by the way, is a great idea as well. And having that spiritual and emotional and social support is just as important. All online support is never a good idea. You know that stubborn ache that never quite goes away, the one that ice, heat, and pain pills don't touch? Well, if you could target it at the cellular level instead of just numbing it, what then? Well, that's exactly what TheraBlue was designed to do, and that rhymes. TheraBlue is the next generation pain-relieving peptide gel that works deeper than the skin's surface. Powered by aquamolecular delivery technology, it delivers peptides and botanicals directly into that muscle tissue for legit long-lasting relief. Its hero ingredient, copper peptide. This promotes collagen synthesis, reduces inflammation, and helps accelerate repair. NAD Plus restores cellular energy to aid recovery, while methylene blue protects your mitochondria and supports endurance. Natural extracts like MSM, turmeric, white willow bark, arnica, and ginger soothe inflammation, while menthol, camphor, eucalyptus oil deliver instant cooling relief. It absorbs fast, leaves you refreshed. Your skin won't be greasy. Apply a thin layer, massage until absorbed. Let your body experience lasting recovery. Get 10% off by visiting twc.health/RAV. Use the promo code RAV. Move freely again with TheraBlue. Click twc.health/RAV. Peptide your pain away with TheraBlue pain relieving gel from the Wellness Company. Use promo code RAV. That'll save you 10% off of every order. David Brody, D-Bro, the D-Bro.
The D-Bro's in the house. I got to work on my mitochondria. I got to work on that.
Your mitochondria. I noticed your mitochondria was a little off. I didn't want to say anything. I'm glad you're working on it.
Thank you. I give those vibes.
First step is admitting you have a problem.
People look at me and go, I have mitochondria. It's off. All right. All right, D. Did I call you G? D? I don't know what I called you. All right. The group Susan B. Anthony, Pro-Life America, is calling on the Food and Drug Administration, that'd be the FDA, their commissioner, Marty Makary, to resign. They're upset after a report by Bloomberg News that said Dr. Markey, I'll say it eventually, is going to delay a review of the abortion drug, mifepristone, until after the midterms next year. Slow walking a study like that isn't cutting it. With the SBA list, the group's president posted the following on X, quote, "The FDA is doing nothing while everyday abortion drugs take the lives of children, put women and girls at serious risk, empower abusers, and trample state pro-life laws. Reinstate in-person dispensing now and do a real study now." The White House, by the way, is defending the FDA commissioner, said these attacks are uninformed, explaining that the reviews like this take a lot of time to be completed. Well, for more, let's bring in the Director of Legal Affairs and Policy Counsel for SBA Pro-Life America. That would be Katie Glendaniel. Katie, good to see you. So the White House, normally an ally on pro-life issues, obviously, but I'm curious, Katie, they're pushing back here. I'm wondering what you're saying about that this morning. Good morning.
Hey guys, it's great to be with you. We appreciate the White House wants to back their people, but what they should be doing is getting somebody at FDA who actually wants to, carry out the agenda that the president ran on with pro-life voters. The president said we need to be able to enforce our strong pro-life laws Unfortunately, right now that's impossible because FDA allows bad doctors or even non-doctors to sit in California and New York and ship abortion drugs into states like mine, where we have passed strong pro-life laws. So FDA needs to get somebody at the helm who's going to take this public health crisis seriously.
It's interesting, Katie, because I'm very involved with the whole MAHA movement, and I'm on their calls. I'm very involved in their sort of comms. But it is interesting because you really took a bunch of people who I'm going to call them the granola moms out there. You know, they were leftists, they were not pro-life, a lot of them, some of them, and you kind of merged that whole thing with the MAGA movement, who is ardently pro-life, and so it really has created something interesting in politics that we've really never seen before. And while I think that conservatives in general want to welcome anyone, because I think we believe that most people, when they see the truth, they will be drawn to it, we can't compromise our values. Where does this put us as a pro-life, conservative, political movement?
Well, this is actually a great point of consensus between, the classic pro-life voter and the MAHA mom. If you look at national polling, McLaughlin and Associates did national polling in August, and they found that even a majority of those polled who identify as pro-choice said abortion drugs should not be in the mail, that a doctor needs to be involved to make sure a woman is being screened for abuse and coercion. So what we're talking about here really is a base level care of medicine. Not that, the abortion industry seems particularly focused on that, as they just ship drugs even to men. So we think this is a great place of consensus to say, of course, we want to protect the babies, but women deserve a baseline as well. And that's not being met under current FDA policy.
So is McCary just off on this? Is this just his own personal opinion, and you think that's what's influencing this, with not a lot of backing from the MAHA movement or from RFK?
It seems like politics are really playing a role here, when what we hoped for when some of these disruptors came into our public health agencies was that they would follow the science. If you look at the science, it shows more than 10% of women who take an abortion drug end up in the emergency room with serious complications. And so that is the type of information that needs to be informing this debate. And so far, FDA commissioner has really seemed unwilling to have that conversation. And so this reporting coming out, first from the Wall Street Journal, now in Bloomberg, saying that there's really no urgency here. We need somebody helming FDA who feels urgency when tens of thousands of American women are going to the emergency room because of these drugs every year.
Katie, 15 seconds. Do you have any suggestions on who should be FDA commissioner? Are there names that you guys have bandied about?
Nobody specifically, but we need somebody who will get these dangerous drugs out of the mail, take the study seriously, and work with us on seeking real health solutions for American women and girls.
All right, Katie Glenn Daniel, thank you so much for being with us.
Thanks, you.
Katie.
All right, you guys, ABC is doubling down on Jimmy Kimmel after his bogus MAGA smear, and Hollywood couldn't be prouder. We'll be back in just a moment with more American Sunrise right after this.